Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing jellyfish stings. As someone who's been stung by a jellyfish before, I can say with certainty that it is not an experience that I recommend. It was painful, stressful, and I have a giant permanent scar. Because of this, I'm going to have to give jellyfish stings a 2 out of 10. That's my review guys, thanks for watching. Alright, fine, I guess I should say more in this. You want to hear a random story? Last year I was watching this documentary and after I finished it, I logged onto Letterboxd to add it to my diary because I'm annoying, and I started reading some reviews other people left, and there was one that really pissed me off. The review was like, "This is 1 star, I couldn't get through the first 15 minutes. This review is really a pet peeve of mine. How can you give something 1 star if you've only seen the first 15 minutes? What if the 80% of the documentary that you didn't see was actually amazing? I mean, it wasn't, but what if it was? In my personal opinion, if you're going to review something, you should at least have a good amount of knowledge of that thing. So I guess that logic should apply to this video too. If I'm going to review jellyfish stings, I should probably do some research on jellyfish. I mean, it can't be that complicated, right?
One eternity later.
Okay, whew. I think I get it. I'll try to explain what I learned in the simplest way possible. So basically, every time you look in the water and you see a jellyfish, chances are that thing is a Scyphozoa. However, not every goofy little jelly ocean creature is a Scyphozoa. Thingamabobbers like the Portuguese manowar are hydrozoans and the box jellyfish are cubozoans. Also, the Portuguese manowar is not technically a jellyfish anyways, and comb jellyfish are an entirely different thing called Ctenophora. Same with tunicates, which are Urochordata. Both of which are not technically jellyfish too, I think. That's the best I can explain it. The reason I'm explaining all this is because not all stings from every jellyfish will be the same. A sting from a Scyphozoa can have different symptoms from a sting from a Hydrozoa or a Cubozoa. Personally, I was stung by a Scyphozoa, and it's possible that this could give me a bias in this review. Anyways, now that we're done with that, let's actually talk about jellyfish stings. Usually, jellyfish will sting you if you come in contact with their tentacles. The way it works is that their tentacles have these organelles called nematocysts, which is a type of... I don't know how to say it.
Nidai or Nidee.
Nidai or Nidee, thank you, emmasaying.com, which is a type of Nidai or Nidee. But, okay, we're just not gonna get into it, alright? Anyways, it's a little hard to explain how they work, but I'll try my best. So imagine a capsule that has a needle that's coiled up inside of it. When activated, the needle reverses itself inside out at high speeds and injects the venom into the prey or predator. Also, the nematocysts can still discharge even if the jellyfish is dead, so I would not recommend touching those jellyfish that wash up on the beach, unless you want to sting yourself, of course. Once again, I cannot recommend getting stung by a jellyfish, as it is not a pleasant experience. However, using this knowledge, there are ways you can make it not as unpleasant as mine. When I got stung, it was before smartphones were really a thing, and so we didn't really know what to do since we couldn't look it up online. But nowadays, we do have access to the internet right in our pockets, so I can tell you what you should do if you're stung by a jellyfish. First of all, if you notice that you got stung, you should try your best not to drown. Usually, the best way to do this is to get out of the body of water that you are in. Next, you want to inspect the area where you were stung. It's important to remember not to touch the area, since there could still be nematocysts there that could discharge. What you'll want to do is stop the nematocysts from firing, which is typically done with vinegar. Apparently there is some conflicting research about the use of vinegar, especially for stings from Scyphozoans, but from what I've read online, vinegar seems to be the best choice as of right now. Next, if there are still tentacles on your skin, you should remove them, but not with your hands, for obvious reasons. A tweezer would probably work best, but let's be honest here, who brings tweezers to the beach? You can wash the wound, but only if you use seawater. If you use fresh water, the difference in the salt levels within the Nidai or the Nidee and the fresh water will cause it to fire again. This is why peeing on a jellyfish sting is not recommended. If your pee has the same amount of salt as seawater, you should probably get that checked out. Finally, you might want to check in with a medical professional if you are still concerned about your health. If not, then I guess just hang out and make sure the wound is clean and uninfected. Maybe wrap it in some gauze, I don't know. It is important to note that some jellyfish stings are lethal if you don't immediately seek medical assistance. So if you notice that you are dying, you might want to toss in call 911 somewhere in those steps. If I had followed these instructions when I was stung by jellyfish, I might actually give jellyfish stings a 3 out of 10. But for now, my score is going to stay at 2 out of 10. The reason I gave it a 2 out of 10 is because I'm still giving it points for the fact that it made a cool story, and also it's kind of a sick way of catching prey. Overall, the reason why I couldn't give it a higher score is because I think the scar part is a deal breaker for most people. If you struggle with insecurities, having a big scar on your body for the rest of your life can kind of be annoying. If you want to be stung by an animal, I don't know if I can recommend the jellyfish sting. I think that there are a lot better options out there, like the bumblebee or something, as those don't leave permanent scars. And yes, bumblebees can sting. I don't know where this myth of bumblebees not having the ability to sting came from. They sting. I would know. I've been stung by one. Anyways, if you're allergic to bees though, I definitely recommend the jellyfish sting over the bee sting, as long as it's not from a lethal species. If you do in fact want a cool scar on your body, I suppose I would recommend jellyfish stings over some other ways you could get scars. I'd give jellyfish stings like a 5 out of 10 on the how to get cool scars scale. I think that jellyfish stings definitely rank higher than other ways you can get scars, such as car accident or becoming a burn victim. However, due to the fact that some jellyfish species are lethal if you get stung, I don't think I can give it a higher score than a 5 out of 10 on this scale. So yeah, in conclusion, jellyfish stings overall, 2 out of 10. It sucks and I don't recommend it, but I hope you learned something new today, in case you do go out there and get stung by jellyfish. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. If I got anything wrong in this video, feel free to correct me. That's it. Okay, bye.